Automate 101. ConnectWise Automate contains many objects used to create services for your clients. Learning how all of the objects work together, as well as where and how to configure them, is essential to tailoring services to each of your clients' individual needs. In this lesson, you will learn how to utilize searches, use groups, auto joins, templates, searches, and schedules, implement monitors and set alert actions, and execute scripts for repeat automation. Searches give you the ability to locate agents that meet specific criteria. Searches are found in the automation menu. You can click on Advanced Searches to load the search editor and begin creating a search, or you can click on View Searches to see the existing searches. Searches are primarily used for auto-join searches in groups, but they can be utilized to find any agents meeting strict criteria to run scripts or commands upon. Additionally, they may be used when creating scripts to allow that script to run on only the agents meeting the search criteria. Automate already contains many searches that help Ignite populate groups. For example, here is a search that locates machines that have the role of Windows Active Directory Domain Naming Master. You can double-click on a search to open it in the search editor. The search editor allows you to create new or edit existing searches. In this lesson, we are going to focus on how searches are used in groups and on scripts. If you would like to learn more about creating searches, check out the Business Intelligence lesson. While searches are a foundation and a starting point for automation, groups are absolutely the hub to all of it. Groups are where all of the Automate objects are applied to create the services you deploy to your clients' networks. Groups are how ConnectWise Automate organizes computers, delivers monitors to computers, allows scripts to be run on multiple systems at once. You may create as many groups as you like. You will see that out of the box, Automate makes several groups. These groups are part of what is called Ignite. Ignite gives you a group service baseline to work from. Each of the groups have been created to populate based on roles, features, or service plans selected among other criteria. These groups already have templates, monitors, and scripts applied to them to create the service plans. It is beneficial to look over default settings for objects like monitors and scripts applied to these groups to ensure that they align with your offerings. You may need to edit them or create your own groups to perfectly cover your needs and the needs of your clients. For this lesson, I will be referencing objects applied to the Windows Server Managed 24/7 group. The following few slides will go over how objects are applied to groups using this group as an example. To open up a group screen and manage the group, double-click the group name from the Browse module. Auto-join searches are searches used to populate groups in Automate. Auto-joins are useful for any reason you need to organize computers or devices that need to match a specific criteria. To apply a search to a group auto-join search, you begin in the Auto-join searches section. You can populate a group with computers, network devices, or contacts using the associated drop-down. For example, I click on the Computers drop-down to add the 24/7 Managed Server search to the Managed 24/7 group. This is how services begin in Automate. You must first know how you want to organize them, create the appropriate groups, then searches based on specific criteria. Once populated, you can have the groups deploy monitors and scripts that deliver the actual services to them. What are auto-join searches? The Computers tab contains the list of all agent computers that have been added to this group. From this list, you may select one or more agents and run commands and scripts, as well as other functions against them. The important concept to remember here is that any computer shown on this tab will have all of the monitors, scripts, and templates applied to the group deployed to them. Groups can be manually populated by right-clicking an agent in the agent list view and using the Send To option. However, groups are primarily populated using auto-join searches. Agent templates are also applied to groups. Agent templates control many behaviors of the agent software itself. For example, schedules for inventories are dictated by the templates applied to an agent. Since computers can belong to more than one group, they can have more than one template applied to them. This is why it is first recommended to be very modular in template building. For example, you may build a template that only affects the branding of the tray icon and have that applied to the All Agents group. But you may want inventories for each client to be different, or their respective network cache locations different. When more than one template deployed to an agent controls the same aspect, such as access modes, then the agent will follow the template with the lowest priority number set on a group applying it. So, if two groups apply an agent template to the same agent, where one says deny remote access with a priority of 4, and the other says silent with a priority of 7, the agent will deny remote access because the template applying that action has a lower priority number. You can click Edit to view the agent template being applied to any group. A complete list of agent templates is also available from the Control Center under the Automation menu, then Templates. One of the primary reasons to use templates are for inventory schedules. To access the inventory schedule, select the Schedule tab of the template and click Edit next to the Schedule field. Scripts are functions grouped together to complete a task. These functions can be as simple as querying a host name or as complex as initiating a PowerShell script to move virtual machines to a different host before patching the current host. All available functions are documented, and it is recommended to read through all available functions and their uses before planning your own scripts. Scripts can be viewed from the Automation menu. However, for this lesson, you will learn how they are applied to groups. Other lessons go into script building more in depth. Back in the Windows 24/7 group, we will take a look at the Computers tab again. In the subtabs, you will find scripts attached to this group in the Scheduled Scripts subtab. From here, we can select a search to schedule from the script dropdown. If you want subgroups to also have this script scheduled, you will check the Include Subgroups checkbox. If you need to limit the script to only specific machines in the group, you can utilize the Limit to Search dropdown to select a search that will restrict the script to running only on the machines that meet the search criteria. This allows you to further refine your services. For example, perhaps this is an Exchange group, but the script you built only applies to Exchange 2016. You could select the Exchange 2016 server role search to restrict the script to running only on those machines and ignore the other Exchange server types in the group. Next, you select the frequency as well as start date and time. Clicking Advanced Settings will display a few more options. For example, you can choose to skip or only run the script against offline agents, or wake any offline agents before running the script. Scripts deliver the automated pieces to your services and solution. Learning how to use scripts and automate leads to solutions that free up valuable time. What do you schedule scripts on for a more scalable approach to script deployment? Monitors are services that routinely check a specific piece of information and can be set to send alerts, create tickets, or many other things when the data returned does not match what you expect. In ConnectWise Automate, there are two types of monitors: internal and remote. Internal exists on the ConnectWise Automate server and checks the database for information. Remote exists on the endpoint computers and reports on live data there. All monitors have alert actions set on them, which determine what happens when the monitor conditions are met. Monitors are most often delivered to computers through groups, and each group monitor can have a different alert. This allows for scalability, as the same monitors will behave differently, each reacting in the way predetermined by the alert set at each individual group. In groups, both monitor types have their respective subtabs under the Computers tab. This means that all of the computers listed will have the monitors that are enabled and configured on these two tabs. Beginning in the internal monitors, you can access and change settings by double-clicking on a monitor in the list. The first setting is whether you want the monitor enabled or not. Depending on the services you offer, a monitor may or may not make sense for you to deploy. You can select to enable or disable the monitor on the group from the drop-down. Your next choice is to choose an alert template from the Select an Alert Template drop-down. Automate includes many useful alerts out of the box. However, you can choose to edit or create your own templates for actions you want performed when a monitor triggers. Clicking the Edit Alert button will open the currently selected template and allow you to add or remove alert actions from it. Or you can click on Create New Alert Template to build your own. Lastly, you can select a ticket category for the alert to use when creating tickets. Click Save when you are done, and the monitor will rebuild with the new configurations. The Remote Monitoring tab is a little different. Unlike internal monitors, you do not enable or disable. Instead, you have to add the remote monitor using the Add button. All monitors in the list are enabled and deployed. If you wish to remove a remote monitor, right-click and choose Delete. Once a monitor is selected in the list, the Add button will turn into an Update button. You can make changes to the selected monitor using fields and drop-downs in the top half of the screen. You can change the alert template, edit alerts on the current template, or create a new template in the Alert Templates section. Once you have made the necessary changes, click Update to commit your changes. The monitors will be instructed to rebuild on an agent's next check-in. All other settings affect the actual function of the monitor and are covered in other lessons. In the group screen, which main tab contains the internal and remote monitor subtabs. Let's take a minute to go over some of the important concepts covered in this lesson. You should remember, groups are the hub for service deployment and agent management. Auto-join searches populate groups. Enable and edit monitors on the groups. Schedule scripts on the groups for a scalable approach to automation. Do you feel comfortable with the material covered in this lesson? If you do, click Yes below to advance to the final knowledge check and complete the lesson. Click No if you'd like to provide us feedback on how we could improve the lesson, and be sure to complete the final knowledge check.